Happy New Year, everyone out there in YouTube land. What is up? Welcome to the very first stream of 2022 here on Out of the Basement. This is, of course, our Lazy Sunday stream. Every single Sunday we get together. Sometimes it's just me and Justin. Sometimes we have a guest like today. We're joined with David from Red Wagon Dioramas. I was going to say it how you say it, David. I'm a diorama person. Yeah, exactly. But we're joined by David from Red Wagon Dioramas today. So thank you, David, for joining us. It's going to be a really fun discussion. We're going to be talking about some in-hand pictures of the 212th Clone Trooper that we finally have seen.
True.
Also, we'll be talking a little Book of Boba Fett, but that's going to be all the way at the end of the stream after all of the action figure discussion and whatnot that we're going to have today. Of course, I'm Nate, joined with Justin. This is your first time on this stream. This is just our Sunday hangout stream. You know, we like to just hang out and talk about Star Wars, Black Series, all that good stuff, vintage collection. Of course, we're going to do recent pickups today. Pretty much the normal stuff, business as usual. But of course, thanks everyone for joining us. We've got a lot of people in here already. So let's just go ahead and begin the chat rifling real quick. We've got, starting out here, we've got Gentugo, Dave's Dimensions, Infernal Hippo, Michael Cherry, Mark Hauser, Dawn. How's it going, everyone? Happy Sunday. Nice to see everyone. Welcome back. We did take last week off, so it's good to be back. It's good to be back on the saddle here. Dawn, hello. Happy Sunday. We've got Left Coast Graphics in here as well. Let them breathe. Amen. Amen. Dan, how's it going? Nice to see you here today. Nathan, always a pleasure. Got Salty Trees. Looking forward to some Dio talk. You know it's going to happen. We've got the king of Star Wars dioramas on the stream right now. I mean, look at that beautiful background right behind him.
That is true. I'm loving that Emperor's throne.
Yeah, we're huge fans of Return of the Jedi, David. So
me too.
Seeing the throne room back there, that's great stuff.
Yeah.
We've got Gerardo in here as well. Guerrero, Anguilera, Bodie. How's it going? We've got Mark in here as well. Nice to see you on this fine, snowy Sunday here in good old Northwest Indiana. We finally have converted fully over to Hoth. After Christmas, of course. Absolutely. After the holidays. Then the snow comes. All right. So let's see. Fig Fury, Todd. How is it going? Howdy.
Yo.
BRFC, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. We got Skywalker Hendricks in here as well. All of our favorites here. Masterpiece. Hello. Fabulous Disaster. We got Eric in here. Titter showing up as always.
Brian.
Yep, we got Brian in here as well.
Chat just refreshed. Sleeping.
Yeah, yep. Hello. I know. I'm trying to Jonathan Anderson right above sleeping in here as well.
Can't forget Jonathan.
Yes, sleeping. I've got the Reanimator shirt on. You know, I gotta represent one of my favorites, one of my absolute favorites. Jared L, good afternoon. How's it going? Dave's Dimension says, wait, it's 2022. Yeah, it's honestly a shock. Again, it's like another year has come and gone, and I don't even remember it.
Yep.
See, Darth Educator is
crazy.
Yeah, Darth Educator's in here as well. We got Vader X Bricks,
hey, Vader.
White Dire Wolf, Andy Bud 08.
Hey, it's Ghost.
Hey, there he is. Remember Game of Thrones? Wow,
I remember.
Jay Martin in here as well.
Froylan,
going well. Always a pleasure. Jared L says that he's happy I'm in a chair. Yeah, so you know, big things have already happened here. I'm sure if you guys have been watching Figure It Out, you've probably noticed we've upgraded from card table chairs to computer desk chairs. So we're big comfy now. Yeah, we're big. Although, you know, with this chair, I'm like kind of sad it blocks so much of the background because it's got this like high shoulder piece. It's the only thing I don't like. This chair right here that you sit in, it's perfect. It's not too high up, but this one, it's got a higher back to it, but whatever. I'm happy to be comfortable now instead of sitting in. If anyone ever saw the old card table chairs we sat in, they'd probably be very disappointed in us that we've sat in them for so long.
I agree.
Wyatt Green, hello. When do you guys think Echo and Omega will go up for pre-order, and when do you think people will have them in hand?
That's a tough one because they've been doing this whole thing with like these aren't going up for pre-order because they're going to go up for pre-order later for a quote-unquote better pre-order experience. And what they mean by that is that it's going to show up in Targets, and then Dorkside will get a few cases and ship them out early, and
yeah,
it'll just be chaos.
In classic Dorkside fashion, which, David, didn't you got Wave 31, right? From Dorkside?
I'm looking at the whole wave right in front of me on the desk. I just have them all sitting out here.
I love it. Good. I've only opened Fennec and Mayfeld so far, so I'm like still behind a little bit on that, but just so much going on with the holidays and everything. It's like I haven't even had a chance to like really pop them open and have a lot of fun with them yet. So I'm sure we'll talk about them
right.
But we got Paul Morales in here as well. Brent Dozerman, Logan Scott, Han Shot First. Greetings from France. David Edge. Hello, David. Started diorama-ing today. Is that what it's called? Diorama-ing? Kitchen looks like a storm. Nice, David. Very nice. We got Han Shot First. Greetings from France. Happy New Year. Nice. What is collecting like in France? That is a question I would have for you. And how about if we just go based off of original Star Wars? Han shot. Greedo didn't even fire.
Yeah.
I gotta give that one to you.
Tim, hello. Welcome to the stream. Skywalker, Left 4 Dead Fett. Good evening, guys, and a happy New Year. Good evening. Must be over there in the UK, perhaps. I know it's usually the evening over there for our UK fans. Rolando, hello. Hello there. Helen Appelman, hello.
Hey, Grandma.
It's your grandma. Section 7. Michael Valdez is in here as well.
What's up?
Section 7 brings up a great point. Smash like.
True. 74 viewers right now, 23 likes. Let's boost those numbers up a little bit. Get us in that sweet algorithm.
Yes. Get them in the algo. Get them in there good.
Yeah. Jayhawk Jedi, what's up?
Hello.
Trying not to miss anyone. Dude's Nerdery, what's up, man? Chad Bain. Hello, Chad Bain. Psycho Emerald, hello. Chosen One, Black Series Jedi Jesus. All right.
Yes.
David Clank.
Hello.
Wow, we're actually almost caught up. Mr. Grudge. Hey, Paige.
Hey, Pager.
And Rue Wolf. Happy New Year to you as well.
That was a quick rifling. So I like to start out the stream, of course. Let's talk a little bit about you, David, and what you kind of do on YouTube. So if you're unfamiliar, I guess the name would kind of give it away, right? Your channel primarily focuses on diorama building, but also you do like recent pickup videos and some other things. So why don't you just let everyone know kind of what your channel is all about?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. It's great to be on. I've been a Black Series collector since I think 2017. I think the first figure I picked up was Kylo Ren from the Snow set that Kmart had.
Oh, yeah.
It just like caught my collecting bug again because I hadn't been collecting in years. And so I got into the Black Series. I just love the articulation and the the detail of those figures. Mm-hmm. And I it's so easy. You get addicted right away. Like you start buying them and I'm like, man, I got 20 figures, and I started putting them on a shelf at my office. And then I'm like, you know what? Really be cool if I had a little backdrop behind there. And I just got into it, and so I started the YouTube channel last year during COVID when things were slow, just to show off some of the dioramas I built. And it's kind of grown into the display I have behind me here. So you can check out my channel. I have like a full shelf tour that I did, well, it's almost a year ago now, but it keeps changing. But basically my channel is diorama building and action figure collecting, and mostly Star Wars Black Series. I also collect some vintage Kenner Star Wars, and I do Marvel Legends, but I don't put that on YouTube very much. So, but yeah, I'm happy to ask or answer any questions about diorama building in general or Black Series or whatever. I love the fandom and everything. I've learned all this stuff for the last few years too. So
Nice.
definitely do it yourselfer,
Yeah. So what was it about the Kylo Ren Starkiller base set that kind of like drew you back in? Was it like the kind because it came with like a little bit of a diorama piece?
It came with the diorama, and I think what really it was just the detail. Just a 6-inch scale figure was different for me. I wasn't collecting anything really at the time, and so when I saw the 6-inch scale, I was like, wow, that's just cool. You could do the articulation, the posing you could do, and the detail. And this, that figure's pretty good, soft goods, and has like the snow detail on the feet, so the paint was decent. And then when they released the Rey companion piece and the two pieces, interlocked together, I thought that was really cool. I was like, okay, this is neat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked at that time in the red and black box line, they were getting a little experimental with like some diorama pieces. Like if you got the Snoke throne, but then you also had that deluxe Last Jedi Kylo Ren, like the base piece connected into the bottom of the throne. But then it just became another one of those failed Black Series experiments where they did a few things and then they were like, never mind. Or I guess all the other the deluxe figures, like the Luke came with the Ankh 2 piece.
Yeah.
And Rey came with a piece of crate. I think I have all these figures.
That was a weird one because it was red and then it didn't have any white, for the base it was remember the red, the salt or whatever in the movie. So that was a little odd, but yeah.
Yeah,
all those pieces. I don't have any of those on display anymore because built my own.
Right. So beforehand, were you collecting 3 3/4-inch Star Wars?
I have some from my childhood. I have a lot of my childhood toys. I hadn't really been buying much of anything because I had 4 kids. I was busy raising kids and working and stuff. So it wasn't until I kind of the last 5 years that I decided to get into it again.
Nice.
But I was able to hold on to a bunch of my vintage stuff. So it's pretty cool to go back now and enjoy the vintage Kenner stuff that I still have. And then bring my kids into it too. 2 of my boys are into action figures, so it's a lot of fun.
I was just catching up on some videos beforehand, and I was hearing you say that you collect Marvel Legends with your son. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Is there like a primary focus for your Marvel Legends, or is it just kind of like all over the place?
I'd say number 1 would be Spider-Man. So I love the whole retro line of the retro cards, and my sons and I, we just Spider-Man and the classic villains. That's the key. And then I'm also a big fan of 90s X-Men, and then even the MCU. Actually, we buy a lot of the MCU figures because we really enjoy the movies and shows. We watch all that stuff. So it's Hasbro's pretty much got me hooked.
The Marvel Legends is just such a slippery slope.
Especially the builder figures are so fun, to build one of those. So especially with kids, it's great. So it makes you buy them all.
Right. Then you end up with a bunch of random characters. Like I remember years back, I built the Hulkbuster MCU Build-A-Figure wave, and that wave had some like some obscure comic characters where I was like, I have no clue who this is, but I need that leg. I need that leg piece.
Yeah, it's interesting that we have you on because dioramas like that, like what you have in your background right now, are kind of like my end goal with the Black Series. I haven't made any, but that is like my ultimate like end goal. Like I don't know if the Black Series, I mean, it'll end one day, but that is like my end goal, to have displays like that. And this question could more than likely, like it is answered on your channel, but just for the sake of the stream, like what would you say to someone who is like has absolutely no knowledge but just wants to like jump in and make something?
I would say pick something in your collection that you want to if you're thinking about dioramas, you have an idea like I really want something for my clone figures, or I really want something for Dagobah or Jabba. So whatever it is that you really want to do, just do what your kind of your passion is driving you to, because then you'll have more interest and it takes a little bit of patience and some trial and error, and it's going to look sloppy and messy at first, but whatever is drawing you to do it, just go for it. And YouTube is your friend, and Facebook groups are your friends.
Right.
I'm wearing the t-shirt from the Custom 112 Galaxy group on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
That's where I learned everything. The guys in this group, which is just a Facebook group, it's got like 4,000, 5,000 members or something now. But I got in on that on day one and learned a ton of stuff from those guys. So whatever, and that's been my main social media is Facebook, but whatever it is, Reddit or Instagram or wherever, there's so many cool creative people out there, obviously. So, and most people that I've run into are happy to share tips and get you going. But like the first thing I built was I had the Black Series Jabba, and I built the dais, the throne, right, the platform, and that is a pretty simple one to build. The gargoyle heads are the hardest thing but if I actually molded those out of Play-Doh basically my first time I did it. If you don't want to buy 3D printed ones, so I'm saying like I started really crudely, but that's just a slab of styrofoam, and you kind of carve it a little bit and paint it, and then you got a cool throne for Jabba, which for some reason Hasbro hasn't given us. So for me, that was the first piece that got me into it. And once I realized that it looked pretty decent and it wasn't that hard, then I started playing around with other stuff. Like the Hoth one behind me, I guess on this side, was the first big one I built. And I just figured out how to kind of carve it using a hot knife and carve the foam and paint it blue and white and use some of the spackle and stuff. And again, getting tips from people online. And because I wanted to display the Wampa, and I wanted to have some of the Hoth figures. And this was before like we had a lot of the figures, but having that big diorama there behind me, I can add in a whole bunch of characters that came out later. So I've got like an Echo base interior down there.
Oh, nice. And, that's so cool.
So that's a big shelf. I mean, yeah, I guess if I zoom out, these are the IKEA shelves that are 6 feet wide and 5 feet wide, 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
6 feet wide. So it's the 5x5 cubes.
I like how there is some of the sections are like larger and some of them are actually like really like the throne room one. It's like, I don't know how many inches that would be, but it's like pretty compact.
Kallax shelves are like 15 inches by 15 inches. No, 13 by, what is it? I don't know. Anyway, it's a little bigger than the typical cube shelf, the IKEA one. So it gives you a little bit more depth and height. So again, on my channel, I've got videos on basically how I did the shelving and on quite a few of the dioramas. So go check it out, guys. It's I'm happy to answer comments and message and stuff. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook too, obviously. So
yeah, that's cool. Really We've been watching you for a while. I think it was that video about a year ago when it was your whole shelf tour.
Yeah,
that's where I first discovered you, and yeah, I've been checking out your videos ever since. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And your channel link is in the description of the stream. So if anyone at any point in time goes, I want to check some more of that out, you can go to our description, and there will be a link to David's channel.
Yeah, and it's cheap too. That's the thing. It doesn't take a lot of money to build these things. I mean, styrofoam is pretty cheap, and it's just regular craft materials, So, but yeah, it's really just get a space. Figure out how deep is my shelf. Whatever. If it's an 8-inch shelf, that's my limitation. Build something that can fit on there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's great that, because I feel like I got a little into making a diorama, like the background for my figure reviews. I made that myself. I just got like a piece of poster board and put some plaster on it and then painted it. But what I find is that a lot of diorama videos are super old on YouTube at this point. So I like that your channel is relatively new, like nice HD, well filmed, explained, thought out. Like that's what I really like about your diorama tutorials too, is just because a lot of times, a lot of like the big popular ones you look at on YouTube, they're from 12 years ago. It's filmed with a potato. You can't understand what anyone's saying because they don't have a microphone or anything. So it's kind of awesome that like you've come along and you're doing diorama stuff now. It just kind of, I don't know, to me it seems like maybe that information is buried on YouTube at this point, but a lot of the popular videos I just feel like are so old and just not great quality. So I really do appreciate that about your channel.
Yeah, thanks, Nate. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just celebrated 1 year, so I've only been on YouTube for 1 year, and I still got more videos to post. It's just it's it takes a lot of time editing videos. You guys know.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that takes more time than anything else. Is simply the editing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Psycho Emerald is asking, do you guys have any tips on how to fix Return of the Jedi Boba's helmet? I've tried the hairdryer and hot water trick about 100 times, but it always just kind of shrank back the way it was after a few minutes. That's an interesting one because I mean, I don't know about you, David, but when we did the hot water for our Boba helmets and we just pressed it, it just went back to the more flared out shape. It didn't go back to the pinch shape. Did you have any trouble with that figure, David?
No, I did the same thing. Just hot water, just tap water, and
Yeah.
give it the little pinch, right?
Yeah.
Squeeze out the
Mhm.
side. What I say is, if it's coming back into form, then throw it under really cold water really quick. Kind of try to cool that plastic really fast. Give that a shot. I don't know if it's everyone I've seen online said that worked really easy. Just doing the
Yeah.
hot water.
Yeah.
It worked. So
I mean,
You guys know, I like to
I've
show real time.
I've got mine right here. I think it looks
Looks
pretty
fine.
good. Yeah.
And that was just a hair dryer or whatever else.
Yeah.
I can't remember
think-
if I did water or a hair dryer, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think the immediately putting it in the freezing cold water could help. I would
Yeah, like
definitely
you could-
try that next.
you could have a glass of ice water just ready next to you. Give it
Yeah.
the hot water, give it the pinch, and then dunk it right in there. Maybe that would work better.
There you go. Sid Wise got some other people chiming in as well. Also wanted to say what's up to Axel06. Happy New Year.
Oh, what's up? Nice. Thanks for
Nice.
joining us.
What are we at? What's our view count, Justin?
Our view count?
Our concurrent viewers right now.
Oh, there's 87 people in here right now.
87 people. Make sure you smash like. I know we got some stiff competition. I noticed Yakface was streaming with Victoria's Cantina on Instagram right before we started.
I saw that as well. I was like, ah.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, really? They're gonna stream in our time slot?
Yeah,
I'm
our
kidding.
time
I'm kidding.
slot.
I'm kidding. That's a joke.
We need to trade. No.
Yeah, no.
Hey, thank you so much, Fig.
Thank you very much. $30
Happy
super
News.
chat.
OTB back at it and going strong. Welcome, Red Wagon, and hope we get to see some up close view of your epic dioramas. Well, thank you so much, Fig, for the $30 super chat. Always appreciate the channel support.
Yes.
Time and time again, Fig, our biggest fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I smell profit. Nice, juicy, fat, warm profits.
Profits. Thank you, Fig. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
And of course, David's got videos close up of all those dioramas. You should definitely check those out. Smash like on his videos as well.
I've got about 3 feet of slack on my webcam cord, so I can get a little closer, but I won't be able to get everything.
Mhm.
But if you guys want to
Not
see a
too-
couple of them, I could do that.
There you go. There you
All
go.
right, let's see. What do we want to do? Do we want to go recent pickups or do we want to look at the 212?
Let's talk a little 212 since that's already turning into another hot button controversial issue.
All right. Let me I can
The
pull
next-
them up.
The next batch of Black Series controversy is here.
Yep.
You
might be shocked. You might be shocked to hear my opinion on this one.
Yeah. I feel like people might be a little. They're gonna feel like this is out of left field for what we're about to say about this particular figure. But so if anyone is not aware, there's some new in-hand pictures from Hobby Base in Hong Kong, I believe.
Yeah, these are incredibly low res.
Yeah. So
incredibly low resolution on these pictures.
yeah, not the most high definition photos, but we can still get a pretty good idea of what we're going to get in hand. So, of course, right out of the gate, let's do the side by side. Let's do the side by side.
This one here.
Yes.
All right.
So right out of the gate, let's start here. David, how are you feeling about the 212? Do you have the original figure?
I do.
Nice.
right here.
Nice.
I got mine during that $40 sale when they had the pack from EE. You know, I couldn't
Same with
that
us.
as
well.
That Black Friday, that deal, man. I wish I bought more of them at the time. I only bought the one.
Absolutely.
And even at the time, I thought, man, is this worth it? I don't know. You know,
Then you look at it now and you're like, yeah, I should have bought 2, 3.
Well, so my quick opinion is I don't like the new one. I think it stands out. I mean, I guess maybe if you custom weather it afterwards or custom paint it, but I don't really like the helmet without the black band. And I don't know. That's just my quick opinion looking at it. You know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I feel like before this, you know, the whole black line debacle really didn't bug me because I felt like the other troopers, the design, I guess, was interesting enough to where the lack of black line didn't really kind of ruin it. But I feel like on this new 212 without the black line, it just looks incredibly plain. And there's something, I don't know. It hasn't bothered me until this particular figure.
I think I know why. Now my Clone Wars stuff is like all the way on the top shelf, so I can't grab them like I normally do. But specifically, like with the 212, the only indicator on the helmet is that like triangular angle piece versus like 501st. It's like that blue stripe that goes all the way down. Coruscant Guard has tons of like red markings on the helmet. This one, it's just so much white to where I feel like it has this like Jason Voorhees, like Michael Myers look to it. That just throws me off because I would agree with you, Nate. This is the first one where I'm like, man, that really doesn't look good to me. And this is the one where it's been like, ooh, these like don't mesh well at all. Maybe when it's by itself, it looks a hair better, but I still just, that so much white on the helmet throws me off. And then your favorite part, Nate, I know the yellow doesn't go all the way around.
That hurt that they only painted the triangle to the middle of the helmet, so it doesn't go all the way to the back of the helmet like it did on the original figure, and how the trooper design is, you know, in canon. So
yeah,
I really feel like that was just kind of like a really, like, you're only gonna paint the front half. Because that's you know, all your figures are going to be facing the front. So we don't really have to paint the back of the head. Like, I don't know. I just feel like everything that's going on with this figure, no pre-orders, no real idea of when it's coming out. And now these in-hand pictures, it's like, it just has so much working against it that it's just kind of getting to the point where I'm like, I just wish this figure was out and on my shelf so I could forget about it already. But yeah, those I think those are my main beefs, and of course, it's a completely clean trooper as well. So there's no weathering on.
I like my clean troopers though,
but I think they just need to pick a lane, weathered or not weathered. Especially if you want to match these two together, I would have preferred the 212 to be weathered so that it at least could somewhat match the original figure. Because now it's gonna look like the one trooper's seen combat and the other one's, you know, a shiny new to the 212.
I mean, Sidways, that's a good point because you're absolutely right. I would buy this if I found it in stores. So
yeah, absolutely,
yes, you're right.
I'm still gonna pick this figure up. No questions asked. But I'm just, you know, pointing out my little nitpicks with it. But what were you gonna say about the helmet?
I was just noticing the chat. A lot of people commenting on the helmet. And the helmet is, well, it looks larger, and I know it's all the white that you were talking about, Justin, but it just, you know, these two figures side by side, that picture is just, there's just glaring differences, you know.
So, yeah. And I think I even thought about making a video about this. By the way, what's up, Lukeness Monster? Hello.
Hey, Lukeness.
Thanks for joining us in here. Also, we're at 102 people watching. Woo! Thank you so much for breaking 100. That's kind of like my weekly, like, I want to break 100. So thank you.
Thank you.
I was actually thinking about making a separate video on this because I have heard the argument that they're Clone Wars figures, so it's like they're representing the Clone Wars animation style, which is absolutely correct. I am a huge Clone Wars fan, and yeah, the Clone Wars, they don't have the black brow, and the mask is different. You know, the two animations are different, but Captain Rex, Commander Wolf, and what was the third one? Commander Fox. All three of those who did not appear in a live action film got the realistic treatment of the Black Series. So they've already, like, they made that decision at one point when they made Captain Rex a Clone Wars character. They're like, we're going to make this a realistic figure as if it existed in live action. Because that's what the Black Series has always done. They've done that with Rebels. Like, that's why Zeb doesn't have, like, the big bug eyes. He has, like, more realistic looking eyes. Like, they've always taken the route of, if it's an animated character, we're going to give him, like, or her a lot, if they existed in live action approach. And they did that with Rex, Fox, and Wolf. So I would rather just have them look consistent. In my opinion, I think they should all be realistic, even though I like the new body over the original Clone Trooper body. Like, these two side by side, absolutely. Like, this body is 1,000 times better than this, even though the proportions look better on this. The articulation is much better. But if in my little perfect Justin world, I would want them all on the Rex and Bly body, and every trooper given the realistic treatment with the Rex and Bly body. Or they could even do the realistic look on the new body, as we've seen with that Attack of the Clones Phase 1 clone trooper in the Galaxy packaging earlier, or last year now. Haha.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like all this kit bashing, and they just, like, can't decide what they want to do.
Right. I'm curious to see if they're ever at this point going to do anything else with the Elite Squad Trooper body now. Like, are they going to put any clones on that again? But also, I don't know. I feel like something looks, I know it can't be true, but I feel like for these two figures, the 212th here, the new one looks bigger than the original. And typically, I thought the new ones were smaller than the older figures.
I think they're bigger. I think they're usually bigger. Like, even if you were to grab the 501st and compare it to the 332nd, because on the new one, there's, like, an actual head.
Or I know the head, but I mean, like, the height, like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, it does look a hair bigger, I suppose. Yeah.
Flip to the picture where they're back to back.
I think that's over here. Yeah, it's taller.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't noticed that the other ones are but for some reason I was like, man, I don't remember the new clone troopers looking that big.
Maybe it's a torso piece, like the torso, the belly or something. Maybe it's a little longer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they did raise that up, because I know people were complaining about the proportions beforehand. Yeah. I know, like, the shoulder pads were definitely are definitely a big issue. I mean, you could still tell the shoulder pads are much smaller than the original figure, but new one leaves something to be desired. Yeah. Lukeness says it's definitely interesting. I think articulation is definitely better on the new one, but the old one has better paint and weathering. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, I like the new clone body. Don't get me wrong. Like, the 332nd was an honorable mention last year for our top 10. I love the new body for that natural looking articulation, but it's just like this whole thing where they can't decide whether or not they want to make something live action or realistic. So yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I would still pick it up because it's like, I can acknowledge, like, this is a 212th clone. Would you still pick this up, David?
I'm on the fence, guys. I don't know. I probably won't, because I already have, my 212. I actually have two of the original from Entertainment Earth, and I think that's enough for me. So, I put those with Cody, and I think
Yeah.
I'm going to skip this one, honestly.
Yeah. Another point I just thought of, we just got the Archive 501st.
Yeah.
And that's the one from the Order 66 pack. And that's the live action theatrical looking one. So I'm
Mhm.
like, we're getting the 3D animation Clone Wars 212th, but we just got the live action Archive 501st. I'm like, that's where I'm like, I would rather have them pick a lane, like you said earlier, Nate, and just go with that. But obviously, like, they have the new mold and they're not just going to toss that one out the window.
Right. But I mean, there's so many clone troopers that they could do. That's not
Thanks,
the 212. Thank you, Bodhi. You know, they could have archived the 212. And honestly, I think seeing these side by side now, I would say I would have preferred if they just would have archived the 212.
God, but that articulation, man, like,
I know, but these two,
this is their elbows.
These two troopers just don't
Yeah.
look like they're from the same thing. That's the
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, yeah, the articulation sucks on the original body, like absolute garbage.
It
Only
looks like the new
you can
one's
only-
trying to cosplay the old one.
yeah.
Right.
And it's just like, for the sake of them looking consistent, since we already had the 212 Trooper, I would have preferred just an archive release so that it matches. Because I don't have two of the 212, but I feel like if I did, like you, David, then yeah, I'd probably skip this figure as well, because that's typically what I like.
Ooh, look at that paint.
Yeah, no
Messing
paint on the
on this.
back. I like to have two troopers. I'm usually satisfied if I can get two.
Yeah.
So only ever having one of the 212th and never being brave enough to pay the aftermarket price to get a second one. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm going to get this Walgreens one because I just want to have two 212ths. So Obi-Wan could be properly flanked.
Yeah.
Or Cody. Thank
Right.
you, Vader, for the $4.99 super chat. They say, knowing that you're a fan of the Phase 1 helmet, Nate, have you seen the old 2008, 2009 Hasbro clone helmet? I personally have one from when I was a kid, and it's fire. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it around in a few stores. It definitely looks awesome, considering the age and that it wasn't like a super duper high end collectible piece. But never pulled the trigger on it though, because like we talked about in our helmet video, the helmets just take up so much space. Like,
Yeah. That is true.
what-
I
Like,
literally want to offload it on the Figure It Out set just so I don't have to have it in my house.
I know. I mean that's fine because it'll look good on the set. But
Well, true.
yeah, it's like, yeah, the helmets are. I mean, I know that they're supposed to fit on a human head, but it's like you don't understand how big they are. Or I didn't understand how big they were until I
Mhm.
pulled that prototype helmet out of the box, and I was like, "Geez."
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have anywhere to display it right now. I just pull it in and out of its box when I need it to show it off or something. But
The Vader helmet is an amazing piece, but it is
Oh, yeah.
so big. It is huge, you know.
yeah, I would have to imagine. I mean, especially with like the outer helmet piece, it's got to be way huge. But yeah, and I mean, perfect example is you see people store the helmets in detolf shelves, and it's one
Right.
helmet per shelf, and you're like, I'm thinking like on my detolf, like, yeah, I could fit like 10 to 15 figures on a shelf,
Right.
and I'm like,
Yeah,
so
I'm looking at mine.
that's 10 to 15 figures for one helmet. That's my equation for
Right.
display space.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I just wish they would choose something. Like, if they want to go for this Clone Wars, because to be fair, Clone Wars, like, that, if they want to go with that animation style, they should just do it and every single one. And then they shouldn't be archiving the 501st. But with like specifically, again, I'm looking up here, the 501st works because Echo isn't like that archive clone. Like, they all mesh well. Like, Captain Rex is the realistic, even like Clone Pilot, Hawk, like none of them are just like the regular troopers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 501st works really well with what they've done. But yeah, I'm looking at Cody and the regular 212th. I mean, it looks great with Obi-Wan, who, by the way, utilizes an Ewan McGregor likeness because animated characters are given the live action treatment, and that's how it was all this time. So I think they should continue with that. But
I mean, they kind of are with the 2D Clone Wars stuff coming up. You know, Mace Windu has his Sam Jackson likeness. General Grievous is not stylized, which there were some in-hand open box pictures of General Grievous, and yeah, it looks like same problems. Like, still can't stand up to save his life.
Oof.
Like, so I'm like, okay, I think I might keep that one in the package after all.
I was kind of excited for those. I thought maybe they would give us like an animated style Mace head, you know, for that, and maybe an animate, just swap the heads, right? Even for Grievous, that would have been kind of cool. But
I would take something like that. I think that would be actually a fantastic idea, just to satisfy both audiences. Give them an animated, stylized head. Give them a realistic head. You get to pick.
But do you remember when I made that video and people were like yelling at me for even bringing that up because they thought I had some sort of like, they were like, please don't talk about this ever again. You're gonna give them ideas, like as if I'm like whispering in Hasbro's ear. I'm like, because I made that video like, should the Black Series make stylized figures? And people were like, overwhelmingly like, no. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it just included both,
yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah, if it was one or the other, or like what McFarlane Toys does, where like you have to buy one complete figure for the helmeted head, then you have to buy another complete figure for the unhelmeted head. It's like that's awful. That kind of stuff is like,
Boba Fett. That has happened before. Darth Maul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Yoda Emperor. On the Jedi training. Yoda has 2 heads. Emperor on the throne has a few different heads, actually.
It has 3 heads.
They've almost all been deluxe sets, but
everyone but Darth Maul. And now TVC is starting to do alt heads as well, which I think works out much better. Especially for like someone like Bo-Katan, where the TVC figure, the helmet is actually just an alternate head. It's not a removable helmet.
Oh, right.
It helps out with proportions so much, and I think Black Series could also seriously benefit from doing just 2 alternate heads, making the helmeted head a separate head, so that you don't have to worry about making the helmet bigger to fit the hair, or ruining the hair sculpt like on the deluxe Din Djarin, where his hair is all matted down so that you can get the helmet over his head.
Or
I agree.
Jedi Luke from from Endor Luke.
Yeah. Right.
It would be nice to have two head sculpts for that figure. That would have been great.
Yeah, that's right. Anakin had 2 heads.
And it's like at that point too, I wish they would have just thrown in the chest flap piece with the Endor figure as well.
Yeah.
He only has the clothes piece on there, right? Yeah.
Just since we were just so close, it's like, would it have really killed you to just give me the open little shirt piece? I don't know what to call it.
Yeah,
because I don't have that original Return of the Jedi Luke, but I do like
Nate says he has a more complete Black Series collection than me. I don't think so.
Who's got the Shadow Squadron 2-pack?
Oh, no, you can't go. That's not even fair. That's not even a fair point.
Oh yeah, it's not even fair.
It doesn't fit my narrative, so that's not a valid point.
It's not a fair point. Yeah. No. Yeah, I would say you definitely have more orange and blue line stuff than I do, but
because I went crazy after that first Black Series figure in 2015. So it was right when the blue line was getting phased out, and I still managed to find so many orange and blue line figures, mainly at Walgreens. Like I got IG-88 at Walgreens, Obi-Wan, Revenge of the Sith. What was the other head? Bosk. There were so many. Commander Cody at Walgreens, blue line. Oof.
Yep.
I remember one figure ever at Walgreens for blue line. It was it was Obi-Wan. and
Yeah.
it's like the worst figure ever.
Oh yeah,
But I was
that
psyched.
figure is terrible.
Yeah.
Yep, that is a perfect example of archive doesn't save every figure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks better, but it just nowhere near enough. Needs to be completely redone.
No. Speaking of which, David, what is your favorite Black Series figure?
Oh,
All right.
I kn-
I'm gonna go. There's so many good ones, but I always answer above me on the shelf here is my Jabba display, and I'm always gonna go with this guy.
Oh yes, excellent.
I mean, such a well done figure, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Everything about it, and I think what made it for me was the jaw. You know, the articulated jaw.
Yep.
Just so fun. You can have some great poses and scenes with him, and you know what, 3 weapons and the soft goods and the, you know, even though he was a deluxe figure at the time, a little more money. I think that is a great figure. So that one's always my, again, Return of the Jedi, right? So
Yeah.
Yep. He's
Yeah.
in our top 10 every single time.
yeah,
He's in our top like 5.
Yeah, every single year we do a top 10 Black Series figures of all time. The Gamorrean Guard's always on the list because it is. It's like Hasbro does this thing though, you know, where like every once in a while they just go absolutely hard on a certain figure and just nail it with details, paint, soft goods, accessories, and Gamorrean Guard is one of those figures.
Like you're saying, like every once in a while, Hasbro will kill it on this random, like not off screen, but like background-esque.
Yeah.
Like Zuckuss is another one that is just like a masterpiece Black Series figure, and it's just they randomly knocked it out of the park for Zuckuss.
Right. Or Forlom with the one and only time there was the light piping feature in the Black Series.
Yeah. Is that the one and only?
I'm pretty sure that is the one and only time there's been light piping.
Because I was thinking about that C-3PO, but that's like a freezing thing, right? You put it in the freezer and then it turns the eyes red.
Yep. Same thing with Dryden Voss. You put him in the freezer and the red lines get more defined on his face. But yeah, Forlom, only figure in the line with the light piping. I wish they would do more light piping for like the droids and
great
stuff.
For like photography. I've seen tons of great photos.
Well,
of that.
Especially because the technology's at a point too where, like, you know, the back of the head is painted, but if you still shine a light through it, it still, you know, looks amazing.
Yeah,
I saw a guy do a custom Jawa where he ran 2 fiber optic lights up into the head. You know, drilled it out. Somebody did that with 3PO too, but that looks amazing with the light up eyes.
Yeah, that would be seriously fantastic. Yeah, Jawas would also be a great choice for light piping, although they'd have to figure out how to, you know, through the hood, through the head, to the eyes.
Yeah.
Probably not quite there. Yeah,
Cad Bane is a great figure.
Cad Bane is
up there. Yeah.
He's top 10 material.
Another figure they just went it's not random because everyone loves Cad Bane, but they did go hard on that figure with like the paint details and everything. At least he had some, like, you know, light brushing on his jacket and stuff like that. I'm looking at my Black Series figures are this way now, so I'm like looking over at my current display.
We're all looking all over anywhere but the camera.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then my monitor's right here, so it's like cameras right here, looking into the monitor to look at the chat. So, but yeah, you know, I think it's a good idea to jump into some recent pickups.
Oh my god, I haven't been on the stream. It feels like I haven't been on the stream forever because we took last week off, and then 2 weeks before that I was on vacation back to back. So it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
So I have tons of stuff, and you guys are gonna have a field day with me. Probably 8-9 months ago, we should have spliced that in when I said, don't worry, guys. I'm not getting too much into it. I'm just dipping my toes in. And it's like, look how far I've come.
Justin has gone off the Lego deep end, everyone. He has officially gone off the Lego. But guess what? There might be someone else here with a Lego pickup this week. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that I'm just into Lego now. I'm just a Lego fan. Nothing wrong with that, but
Yeah.
I was big into Lego as a kid, and then I've just been out of it for years and years and years. So now I don't know, something sparked my interest. I think it's like the more world building aspect of it, stuff that you just can't do with Black Series. Like they're not gonna have a Slave One in the Black Series. They're not gonna have like the Mandalorian Starfighter in the Black Series, right? Like they're not even gonna have some of that stuff in TVC. I know they have Slave One, but most of the overwhelming majority of my Lego sets were either free, like because I have a birthday in November and then Christmas in December, so the majority of them are either free or purchased for myself by a pretty severe. Yep, here we go. And I have said that at one point. Yeah. There's me saying I'm just getting Clone Wars sets.
Oh man,
I'm
envious. That's awesome.
Just Clone Wars though, right? Infernal Hippo.
Dang.
So I don't know. I didn't mean to like jump the gun and start off, but does anyone want to start off before I go crazy with Lego?
Jump into it, Justin. Jump into it, buddy.
So, if you guys didn't check out the vlog that I made, which you should, I went to the Mall of America and they have a super large Lego world, Lego store. And this was around the time where I had $370 cash in an envelope, and written on that envelope was HasLab Rancor, and we all know how that turned out. So yeah, this was the Rancor money purchase. This was the consolation prize for Hasbro's failure. You have given my money to other companies. And
Justin, can you show us the minifigs at the end of the box?
Yeah.
What did it come with?
So, can't see the screen. A lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, I was drawn to this set. I had an ultimatum. I was there with my girlfriend, and I spent so much time in the store going between this and the Lat gunship. And she was saying Cantina, Nate was saying Cantina, and then I was like asking my Discord, because I think I was just like waiting for someone to be like, get the Lat gunship. I was like, damn it. But at the end of the day, I just saw the value in this one more, even though it's technically, I've been doing my research. This is technically not a UCS set. It's a Master Builder series. Because I said in that video it's a UCS set. But so it has Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, C-3PO, R2-D2, Han Solo, Chewbacca, the Sand Trooper squad leader with the orange pauldron, the regular Sand Trooper, 3 Bith musicians, so like the Figrin Dan and the Modal Nudes, Wooher, which is the bartender, Greedo, Ponda Baba, Dr. Evazan, Labria, who is the Devorian, or is it Devoronian? Devorian, I think.
I say Devoronian.
Devoronian, okay. Her Czech Cal Fass, who is the the Trandoshan.
Oh, okay.
Moma Nadon, aka Hammerhead for all the vintage people out there. Cabe, and I think Cabe is Snaggletooth. No, he's not Snaggletooth. He's
Snaggle.
Because Snaggletooth is
Zutton.
Yeah, so that's not Snaggletooth. Jawa and Garindan or Garindan, who is like the Imperial informant with the snout.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's absolutely huge. I am waiting until I get my own place, because I'm getting my own place this year. There's no way I can just have this in my room somewhere. It is incredibly large, folds out. It comes with like one of the speeders that was outside, has a dewback.
That's awesome.
Both sides of the cantina too, not just half of it.
Hey.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah, imagine Lego, they just cut that set in half and you have to buy you have to buy 2.
And then they don't let you buy 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. I can't believe I recently saw Dude's Nerdery. He got his Cantina Showdown set smashed in the mail. and they
Oh.
actually sent him an entire replacement set.
Huh.
Which I was like, but he's not opening the other set. But I was like, man, he could have a complete bar if he opened that other set. But I thought it was crazy that Hasbro actually had more of those lying around, which it's got me thinking. I'm like, you've got some showdown sets laying around, eh?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
One of the Hasbro streams, or it was one of the Q&As or something, they addressed that question and they actually answered that. I can't remember which one it was. I saw it on one of the Q&As, and he said, we didn't want customers to be unhappy with it selling out too quickly and not everybody at least getting one. So it was a miscommunication between the marketing, limit one when they obviously they intended it to sell for two. So I think what they were saying is that they just felt that the distribution wasn't going to make it in time to let everybody buy two, so they limited back to one. I think, giving them the benefit of the doubt. So maybe there's a second delivery in the works. They'll offer it up again.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I'm honestly shocked that no one's 3D printed the other half of the bar yet.
I think.
Yeah, David C., what are you doing?
Yeah, which someone asked earlier. I'm sorry, I saw your question earlier, Steven. I get all of my custom weapons from John Walker Customs on Instagram or johnwalkercustoms.com.
Yeah, they make great stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, like the flame thrower for one of your elite squad troopers. So cool.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Of course, most of the time they're unpainted, but honestly, I mean, everyone knows in this stream, I started out having no paint abilities, and like David said earlier with diorama making, once you start and you get going, you realize maybe it wasn't as hard as you originally thought it was going to be. At least that's how I feel with painting stuff. So
there's a lot of intimidation there. It's just getting over the hump,
Oh yeah. Insane Goon, thank you for the $5 super chat. I just want my HasLab Razor Crest. It's coming. They're mostly in the United States, so it's only a matter of time. Once they, pop open those shipping containers and there's everyone's Razor Crests waiting.
Insane Goon, is that you, Stone Cold Killer? Because I recognize your artwork on your profile picture there. Is that you, Stone Cold, the creator of our emojis and our channel art?
I think that's someone else that just also has art from Stone Cold.
Okay,
but
good man, that's Stone Cold. All right, back to the train. Thank you for the channel support, but back to the train here. This one, what do I do? Okay, this one was for my girlfriend, Christmas present. This is the throne room duel.
Yes,
and it comes with Luke, Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and 2 of the Royal Guards. It's a nice back little... Again, it's just another great display piece of something, eventually I'll make my own Black Series diorama of this, but this will suffice in the meantime. Yeah, I was not expecting this, actually.
Nice.
So that was a good little bonus. At my dad's Christmas party, my brother got me this, and I was like, how did you know to get me this? And he was like, I was watching some OOTB, and I was like, all right,
nice.
Because this was oddly specific, because it's the only helmet that I wanted from the Lego line. Like, if I were to get a Lego helmet, it would be the Scout Trooper. So
I was the same, Justin. I had my eye on that one. I agree. I think, that's a good pickup there.
Yeah, I feel like the other helmets just don't quite look right. But
they're too studded.
But for whatever reason, the Scout Trooper helmet just works for Lego.
I think the Stormtrooper one is too studded. This one, it just looks a little more smooth.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're not done yet. My father gave me a $100 bill. And then I combined that said bill with a Target gift card that I had received, and this was on sale. So this cost me like $30, and it is the playset AT-AT.
Wow.
I'm just dipping my toes in.
This is a $160 set, and it cost me $30. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
No, Justin, you don't have to justify anything to me. Think about all the vintage collection figures I've bought over the past couple weeks.
That is so random. Like, I'm randomly taking this deep dive into Lego, and you're randomly taking this deep dive into TVC. But safe to say, we're never going to get an AT-AT in the Black Series. Maybe probably not ever, even in the vintage collection. It's just too large.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, couldn't get the UCS $800 AT-AT. I'm sorry, everyone out there.
Come on.
There's my mom. There's my mom.
You need a bigger house.
God, you're absolutely right. It'll happen one of these days. All right. Speaking of my mom, she got me the Imperial Shuttle.
Nice.
Which some of these, I've busted out and built if they can fit on my top shelf. I really like this one. Again, my main thing with Lego is just representation of things that are not going to happen in some other line. So this is an Imperial Shuttle. You can open the little cockpit, got your pilot inside. I like it. Imperial Shuttle. Add it to the collection. I really do need to make a collection video.
100%.
Right. This one is from my girlfriend's uncle. So this is the Imperial Transport.
Nice.
You can see the little trooper in there.
Does that does that come with Grief Karga?
Yeah, he's in the hatch.
Okay.
Because everything on this opens up. He's in there.
Yeah.
Just because
Nice.
I needed a spot to put him so I don't lose him. And is that it for Lego? Oh. This is from, you guys saw this, but I'm just throwing this in there. This is from Fig Fury. He's in the chat. He sent us a Christmas package in there. This is for me as well. Feeding my addiction. All right, I think that might be it for Lego. Actually, it's not. 1 second.
Oh my gosh. This guy's crazy. How many Legos does he have? Especially for just dipping his toes in.
It doesn't end. So, to go with the Cantina, I just couldn't not get the Luke's land speeder. Because there are two incredibly cheap, affordable sets that were made to go with the Cantina. This one even has Luke with his poncho. Just so weird. I own the Black Series version, and now I need the Lego version and Obi-Wan's hut.
Nice.
Cool.
And I mean that
little
just
Tusken Raider.
yeah,
Nice.
he's sneaking in. I need, how could you get the Cantina and not have the sets that were made to go with the Cantina?
Right.
Okay, that is officially it for Lego. Then we have Nate's Christmas present to me, which was Zalbar, which I should have made myself a little bigger here.
There you go.
We got Big Z in the house. I wasn't going to purchase this myself, but I will gladly accept it as a Christmas gift, purely for the world building, expanding of the universe aspect of it. And now it could essentially be, a generic Wookiee warrior or the actual character from Knights of the Old Republic.
I mean,
Have not played KOTOR, but
the way I look at it is, who wouldn't want a Wookiee with a giant sword? Whether you know who the character is or not, it's a Wookiee with a giant sword.
Exactly. All right, let's see here.
Hey, Lucy's asking, where is the Lego set I got you for Christmas? Was that the
I
throne
showed
room?
I showed it. Here it is.
Yep, he did show it. He did show it.
Play the tape back.
Also, before we get too far away, we do have another super chat from Vader. $4.99 super chat. It's a Book of Boba Fett related question. So spoilers if you haven't seen Book of Boba Fett. But I think enough time has passed here. And of course, Vader is asking what we thought of Max Rebo reappearing in the Book of Boba Fett.
You already know, Vader.
Screaming my like
Okay, I
so
wasn't screaming. I did physically exclaim, "My boy!" It was like something like that. I was like, "My boy Max," or something like that.
He
incredible.
lives.
Wasn't
Yeah.
he on the barge though? He was on the barge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
was.
yeah. Well, so was Bib Fortuna.
They must have had some escape bubble or force field or something around a few of those folks.
Yeah,
Maybe as soon as Luke showed up and popped that lightsaber, they were like, "We're out of here. Let's go."
That's what I think the explanation is. I think once the fighting was happening on the barge, I think people were just flinging themselves off of the barge.
I mean, I'd do the same thing. I'd be like, "Dude, who's this guy with the lightsaber? I'm just over here playing my organ, minding my own business."
So, yeah, to answer that question, that was just hype.
And also, are we just going to imagine that his new bandmate is Figrin Dan, so that it's like a super group?
I can accept that.
It's Max Rebo and Figrin Dan, and now they're playing like Latin jizz whale type music.
I'm loving all this emoji spam of Max Rebo.
Yeah, you guys know we were so excited, but of course, you know that probably means. Does that mean Sai and Droopy didn't make it?
Well, in Legends, Sai Snoodles becomes a spice addict.
Yeah,
and Max Rebo starts his own like restaurant.
Oh no, sexy bots are back, Justin. Sexy bots. God. Oh no. Don't click the links, everyone. Don't do it.
I think we have a moderator taking care of that, as it's our weekly tradition.
Yeah.
Of these weird.
Made it big now.
Oh yeah.
That's when you know. That's when
you know. You know what's funny, Justin? The 2 weeks you were gone, no sexy online bots showed up. So
maybe it's like my internet connection or something. That's weird.
They're tapped into you, man. They didn't show up at all when it was just me streaming. But yeah, of course, seeing Max Rebo was awesome, and we'll talk more Book of Boba Fett later on, a little bit later, since we know that not everyone has seen it yet. But spoilers over for Book of Boba Fett. Spoilers over. We're done talking about it. We're getting back into normal discussion.
I'm not done with Lego. One of my best friends, Brandon, friend of the channel, he sent me a Hoth battle pack Lego, and they just gave it. They sold it, even though it was like a week and a half before when the January 1st sets were coming out. So I put it in the Discord, and people were like, "How did you get that? Like, those aren't out yet." I was like, "Oh, really? I didn't even know." But that was a Christmas present as well, so thank you. That'll go along with the AT-AT.
Nice.
Okay, I was just looking at the chat.
We've also got a new member. Woo-hoo! We got a new channel member.
Oh,
it's David.
It's
I've been
David.
here for a while, guys. So what better time
than
now, right?
Well,
yeah,
thank you
so
very much.
I gotta find the clip.
You both really stepped up in the heat of battle. Both of you showed valor out there. Real courage. You're both officially being made ARC troopers.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Let's see here. What are we at here? 106 viewers with us. We've been at that number pretty consistently for the past 30, 40 minutes. 78 likes. So if you haven't liked, hit like, please.
Yep. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I think this is I'm like scanning here.
Doing one final scan.
I think this is my last pickup. I randomly found this at Target yesterday. It is the Archive Leia.
Nice.
Because I found the case all those months ago at Walmart, and I passed on this figure. Because at the time, I was like, it's just not in the budget at this very moment in time, and I picked up the 501st Clone Trooper to have an extra one. But then, like, I saw Nate's review, and I was like, maybe I do need a worthy upgrade. And specifically on this one, like, she doesn't look as, like, pissed off as some of the other copies that I've seen.
Yeah.
And I love how the E11 has the chrome strip of paint on there. Sorely missed that. And I was like, you know what? It's worth it to pick up.
And that figure is packed with articulation. So she
Yeah.
is a figure where the photoreal completely saves it because she's
Yeah.
got double elbows, double knees. You're like,
Yeah.
when is a female character ever had double elbows in Black
Right.
Series?
I think it's because of the all cloth
Yeah.
Right. They can hide it.
because they gave double elbows to the Tatooine Luke as well.
Right.
But I scanned this because I was like, ooh, like, is there more? Like, I'll pick up another 501st and maybe the Obi-Wan, even though I just feel like that figure needs a completely redone figure. But I scanned it and it said out of stock, not in other stores. So it wasn't even showing that this was in stock. So I got to think this was either a hidden figure or it's got lost in the back room somewhere and they decided to put it out. Because I was watching something on YouTube, I forget who it was, but it was a hunt, and they found a Clone Wars Anakin the other day.
Wow!
In a Target store, and and it was street dated because, like physically, like it shouldn't have been in the store, like it wasn't showing up in their inventory or anything. So it was like street dated, but they ended up selling it to them anyway.
Well, remember, I found another Anakin like 3 months later, just on the shelf by itself.
So it could have been a hidden figure situation where like they're going through the suitcase inventory and they're like, there's a toy in this suitcase.
Right.
Let's just stick it back in the Star Wars section.
And Fig, thank you. He says, my reviews are sometimes like a Jedi mind trick. Once you watch, you need the Fig. Yep.
I mean, that is literally what happened.
And it happens to me with other people. I'm like, do I need this random figure? Watch a review. Yep, I need this random figure.
All right. Who wants to go next for reasons?
I say let's pass it over to David, to the guest of honor.
I have for pickups. I didn't, what I have basically is the new Black Series wave, and so. Which is awesome. And I opened them all up right in front of me. But I just did a pickups video yesterday on my channel or New Year's Eve. So I went over my two favorite out of the line are going to be Bib Fortuna. He's just so good to have this figure in the line.
Oh, yeah.
After all these years. And so he's like my number one. And then, of course, Fennec, great figure. I think what really I like, just all the textures and everything, the sculpt work on these is just really good. So yeah, my way I got from Dorkside Toys, and it showed up Christmas Eve on my doorstep. So I just threw some wrapping paper on it, put my name on it under the tree. So I got to open up the new wave on Christmas, which was a lot of fun. I love the whole wave is amazing. You got Mayfield, obviously.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And the big guy Boba. So I think this figure, I like it. Soft goods. I have a custom head I bought for him from you guys heard of Old Boy Customs? They do he's like out of Thailand or someplace. You gotta wait like 2 months to get him or whatever. But I had ordered that, so I'm gonna swap that on and see how it looks. But it looks really well painted head. Princess Leia, of course, great job on the head sculpt there. Not really a figure I really needed, but it's a nice figure.
But I'm sure you're just like us, and it's like you've already got Yavin Ceremony Luke, so it's like, well, I might as well get Yavin Ceremony Leia.
Right.
Yeah. These guys, I'm very happy to get them. Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan. I skipped on the Cantina set, so I didn't order the one from Hasbro because I just thought it was overpriced, and was happy to wait for the wave. So, but really excited to get them. I think those are great figures. And then what's that? Oh, the Stormtrooper, right?
Yeah.
So
Jedi
from
Patrol.
Rogue One.
Nice.
Look at the black stripe in the middle of his helmet.
Ooh. Oh
That's
no.
That does not look good.
No, that's bad.
So this was my thumbs down from the wave. Unfortunate, but maybe I'll pick up another one that has good paint some point. If I see him again, I can put him in the back or something.
Hopefully.
I could swap the head on him though, couldn't I? Could I take probably take a regular trooper and pop the head?
Yeah. One of the, of course, like the Mando troopers.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the newer ones.
Yeah.
Other recent pickups for Black Series, I picked up a couple of the Rogue One figures.
Awesome.
Just for the new paint.
Yeah.
And Bodhi, he's great figure. The backpack on him is really cool. The cable and all that. And I was comparing Jyn Erso. I have the original Jyn. I know most people have seen this, but when you compare the two of them, like,
oh yeah,
it's just night and day.
That looks like Barbie doll Jyn.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was worth, even though it's not a really important character in my collection, really, but so much better with the updated face print. So
awesome.
So Black Series is a big thing. I mean, I did pick up some Marvel Legends. Those are all at home. Most of those we open up and start playing with. Like we did the Armadillo wave with all the new Spider-Man figures.
Oh yes.
We saw the new Spider-Man movie just a couple days ago. We waited a little while, so that was fun. Just seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up this guy. This is a little different. This is Snowspeeder Luke from the board game that Hasbro did. Comes with that old Hoth.
Oh yeah.
Strikes Back board game. Basically, I bought it just for the figure because I do collect the vintage Kenner, and I thought this was pretty cool. So yeah, I have one on card, and I opened up with the second one. Those went on sale on Walmart down to $9 each. So I picked up a couple of them.
Nice.
And then they shot back up to 20 or whatever.
Yeah, definitely worth it then.
Yeah. And then we got Greedo sitting here. I haven't opened him yet.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you have the original Greedo to do like a comparison between the two?
I do have the original. He's buried somewhere. He's in my loose box right now, so I can't pull him out right now. But maybe later I can get him out. He looks pretty similar. I mean, did you guys get this guy yet? I
have the original, so I wasn't going to go for the re-release.
Yeah, same.
I think he's got just a slightly darker wash on him. He looks just a little bit darker, the paint, but that's why I picked him up, because I wanted a second Greedo. I only had one, the original, and I wanted to be able to maybe put him in two different setups, two different scenes.
Right.
So, I don't know if you guys seen my channel. I've been collecting these guys, the big ones.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so awesome. Yeah. I meant to ask you about that, because I've been seeing you post those on your Six Figures a Month series. What do those typically run for? Are they super expensive?
They are usually around $150.
Okay. Not horrible.
Some of the rarer ones are up in $300, $400. I don't have any of those.
I'd imagine the older, probably out of print stuff is crazy, because Sideshow makes those, right?
Gentle Giant, which is part of Diamond now.
Okay.
And so I had I think I got the Gammy earlier this summer from my local shop, and then that kind of sent me down the rabbit hole with those guys.
Yeah, those are really awesome. I like the Salacious Crumb you got with the Santa hat and everything like that.
Yeah.
Also super jealous of your Max Rebo band set pickup, of course.
I should have brought it today. I don't have it here. It's at home. If you watch my pickups video from this weekend, for anybody watching, the last thing, my best figure of Christmas was I picked up an unopened set of the Max Rebo band from Vintage Kenner from 1986 or whenever it was. I don't know, whenever it was.
Yeah.
And in acrylic and everything. I just got it on eBay. It was totally a Christmas gift for myself.
Quite
so
the
cool.
Christmas gift.
It's very cool.
It's that's a great looking set. That's I feel like it's not horribly expensive in the grand scheme of vintage Star Wars collecting, but still it's one of those things where I'm I'm not I don't know if I really want to pull the trigger, but I do, because the Max Rebo band thing is kind of our channel mascot in a way.
I did think of you guys when I got it. I was like, oh yeah, and then I forgot to bring it with me for the stream. But
yeah, I've got the Power of the Force band with all the special edition characters too. But it'd still be awesome to have the original figure set in package. All that good stuff. That's awesome though.
It's just fun to hold and look at the old styles. I mean, because I was a kid, I'm 43, so I saw Return of the Jedi when I was 5. And that's the only movie I remember seeing. But that's why Return of the Jedi is the movie for me, because it hit in that sweet spot of my childhood, you know.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
And I just love seeing those toys, those old ones.
Yeah, we always love to have another Return of the Jedi fan slash even to some extent defender with us, since so many people, you know, out of the original trilogy grief Return of the Jedi, even though I think it's amazing.
I love it. I love everything about it. But
yeah. So any other pickups though?
I don't know. That's pretty much it. I mean, I've been getting some of the other ones. You know, I got Zalbar and what else? You know, I stay pretty current. I try to pick them up as they come out. I do pre-orders, and you know, when the pre-orders show up.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I'll leave it there for now. You know.
All right.
Nice.
We do have some
your neck of stuff. What do you got?
Yeah, we do have some super chats.
Hey,
we shall acknowledge Insane Goon with another $2. Artman's _customs on IG is fantastic. We'll have to check that out. Thank you for the recommendation, and thank you for the channel support. And we also have Mr. Grudge 179. Nice. Finally got Artillery Trooper and Casca. It's a Christmas miracle. Those are some fantastic figures.
Yeah.
That Artillery Stormtrooper. We do have our top 10 Black Series of 2021 list made. It is made.
It's in concrete.
We just have to film it. There was a little bit of clashing with Nate and myself. Artillery Trooper is on the list. That was my hill that I was going to die on. Mild spoilers, but Artillery Trooper made the list. Love that figure.
Nice. All right, so
we'll jump. The restroom though. Be right back.
We'll jump into my pickups here real quick. I don't have too many things this week. Not too many. First off, we'll start with my one McFarlane pickup this week, and that is from GameStop. It is the brand new Swamp Thing. This is, however, the chase variant, so it's the artist-proof version. So it's actually unpainted. The thing with McFarlane is, like, to get the chase variant stuff, you can't pre-order it. It's like truly random. But GameStop, I saw a lot of people getting the artist-proof Swamp Thing off of GameStop, so I just figured I'd roll the dice, buy one off of GameStop. I have another one pre-ordered coming. And then I got lucky. I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan, so this is going to be great for the collection, and I'm happy that I was able to just get the artist-proof variant so easily, so I can just say I'm done with it, and I can get my normal variant whenever that one actually decides to ship out from Big Bad Toy Store. And then Josh Cap Cave hooked me up, sent this over to me. This is the last holiday trooper I needed from the first wave. I did not get this one. Originally, it was a Walmart exclusive, so you know, it was pretty much impossible to find, even though people hated on these figures. No one seemed to want them, yet they were really hard to find. So I now have the full set of this, and yeah, it's exciting. I will keep it in package though until next holiday season, and then this will be opened up and put on the shelf with the other holiday troopers. How do you feel about the holiday figures, David?
I only own one of them. I have the clone trooper with the sweater. I think who was that? GameStop, maybe? Can't remember who had that last year.
Yeah.
So I did not go all in on this. Yeah, I thought they were too gimmicky for me. But I will say I enjoy the clone trooper that I have, and I also took a little Grogu and I painted him red and made him a Santa hat. So
that's awesome.
So he had a place with the Christmas decorations this year. So I think they're okay. They're fun for what they are, right? I think you guys call them the fun kind of dumb or something like that.
Yeah. Dumb fun. But yeah, I think I only actually paid for like 2 of them, and then the rest were all gifts. So I was very thankful. So thank you, Josh Cap Cave, for hooking me up with this one, since it was the last of the holiday troopers I needed. For Boba Fett, I'm not going to paint Swamp Thing though, because there is already a painted version available to me. So I would not want to ruin whatever collectability this artist-proof version could have. Well, actually, it's for my Swamp Thing collection, so I'm not even going to open that one. It's just going to stay completely in package. Stone Cold Killer was asking if we pre-ordered the George Lucas Stormtrooper. I pre-ordered 2.
So did I.
I've pre-ordered 1 on Big Bad. Yeah. I plan on just keeping it in on the card.
Yeah, I want to open one and keep one on card. So, yeah, that's it's gonna be awesome. Once that figure comes out, I'm excited for that one. Gonna put him right next to Dave Filoni as Trapper Wolf. So
right.
That'll be cool to have, two big Star Wars people together. And then
Nate, did you open your Trapper Wolf? I forget.
I haven't yet, but I plan on it. So
Okay.
it's because since I'm in the middle of moving, and with all the holidays and everything, I haven't even opened my Cantina Showdown set. I haven't opened my Trapper Wolf. I haven't opened my TVC Emperor's Throne Room set either. I'm sitting on a bunch of stuff that's just, I didn't want to open it because I'm rearranging my collection as we speak. So it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me to open it and just to put it back in the box, especially with Trapper Wolf, because once you open him, he's open.
Yeah.
You can't put those little plastic strips back in. But not figure related, but sort of. I did also get the 1999 set of Max Rebo band ornaments. These are from, of course, Hallmark, 1999. I didn't know these existed until a few days ago. And I saw someone post these on Twitter. So I went to eBay and I was like, how expensive could they be really? And so guy had them listed for $12. I offered him $8. He took it. So
sweet.
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're in the package. They are super, super tiny, like microscopic, but I still think that they are seriously so cool and are going to look awesome on the Christmas tree. Like, look at tiny little Max right there.
Nice. I'm loving all the Max Rebo love lately.
Yeah. I texted you after I bought these ornaments and I was like, what do you think the possibility of us like acquiring all Max Rebo band related official merchandise could be? I feel obviously like vintage stuff would be very expensive and very hard to get, but I feel like there can't be that much of it. I just don't feel like there's a lot.
Have the Power of the Force stuff. I mean, there's going to be a Black Series. There has to be a Black Series Max Rebo at some point.
I also like on the back of this, there's like a little description and it gives you so much information that you would have never known. So it says the Max Rebo Band, an odd collection of alien jizz whalers, often performs exclusive engagements for the crime lord Jabba the Hutt. That's Max Rebo playing the red ball organ, accompanied by Droopy McCool on the Chi Din Kalu and lead singer Cy Snoodles. Look for other keepsake ornaments recalling Star Wars memories at your Hallmark retailer. So you get to know that the instrument is a red ball organ and that Droopy McCool plays the Chidin Kalu. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then, Justin.
Yes. Whoa. Oh, no.
Look what I picked up.
That's awesome.
That's right. So I am officially, I dipped my toe into Lego. I got an Amazon gift card for Christmas from one of my girlfriend's relatives. And I figured what better way to spend it than to get this awesome Scout Trooper helmet. This was, like Justin said, this was the one helmet I was really eyeballing. I love the Scout Trooper helmet design.
And it's the cheapest one out of all of them randomly.
Yeah.
Like even the retail, like full retail was cheaper than the other ones for some reason.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But so I got my first Lego piece here. I don't think I'm going to go really deep into the line because again, I'm loving vintage collection right now. I'm absolutely loving what vintage collection has got going on. So I'm not going to split Black Series vintage collection Lego, but for a helmet, since this is just kind of its own thing, you can just buy this and that's it. So I wanted a nice Scout Trooper representation. It's going to go on the set back here. So this will look awesome once it's
for
built.
the set, man. It's for the set. That's the excuse.
And then my girlfriend for Christmas, I mean, she got me a bunch of stuff, but she did get me the Empire Strikes Back photoreal update for Lando, which I did not have. So happy to have the photoreal updated version. And, this was one figure that Justin, you and I, we were both kind of like, the original figure pre-photoreal is not that bad. It looks pretty good, yada, yada. But then once you look at this one and you look at it side by side, you're like, yeah, nope, I needed the photoreal one. I needed it. So
the only thing is that the skin tone doesn't match.
Right.
That's like the only thing. I'm like,
Yeah, the skin tone between the neck and head are just two completely different shades, but I was still happy to finally get this figure.
Yeah, Dan brings up a great point. That, you're doing your part and taking a Lando off of those pegs.
Yeah, but hey, it's a Lando I didn't have, at least the photoreal version, so I'll always take a photoreal update, like no questions asked. And then this was actually my final figure purchase of 2021, and that was the Vintage Collection IG-11. Woohoo!
Nice.
I just got that one too. That's a great looking figure.
Oh yeah. I passed on it a few times, but I was at Walmart feeling a little froggy, doing some grocery shopping. But of course, when you go grocery shopping, you gotta take a peek down those aisles. Always. And what do I see? A lone IG-11 swinging on the pegs.
No Lando.
Holy
no crap!
Sole IG-11, and I was like, okay. I was like, this is the time I'm gonna take him home with me. So, super happy to have this figure. It looks great. I can already tell just from it being in the package, it's better than the Black Series version. So,
for sure.
It at least has the accurate hands, unlike the Black Series version. So, but those were all of my pickups for this past week or so. Not too much, but some bangers and some different things going on. So
yeah, for sure. I'm liking the variety.
Thank you.
Oops. Yeah.
Holy crap. I almost misclicked on my other monitor and ended the stream. That was a really close one. I almost X'd out the page there. Phew. We're all good. We're all still alive.
Yep. We're still here.
We're
still here.
That's never happened. All right. Well, we are, hour and 33 minutes in. Is it Book of Boba time?
I think
or is
so.
there like any other figure related stuff we would like to talk about?
Let's check the old yak face one last time before maybe there's some hot news going on when we were in the I guess there's
I'll put something in. So on Lego, I built a lot of Lego this week too. I wasn't thinking Lego when I was coming on the stream, but my son's into Mario, right? And we got that yellow power cube set. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the I don't know Nintendo that well, but anyway, it's the big yellow cube with the question mark on it, and it unfolds miniature worlds from. That was really cool. It took me like 2 days to build the thing, but that was a fun set for other people who are into Lego. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's just something about building a Lego set that is like, I don't know if this sounds weird. It's like therapeutic.
It is.
It's like a relaxing, calm. That's why I've been reluctant because some people have said that you should do a building stream or something. I just like to have that to myself, like a nice Saturday morning. I have kiwi at my feet, chewing on a bone, hot cup of coffee, Lego set. There's just something about that, the build experience that it's therapeutic.
But yeah, so one quick rumor, Vader brings it up there. There's a new Darth Vader helmet rumored for Kenobi.
That's true.
For the Kenobi series. So, I mean, what's going to be different about it?
Yeah, here it is. Yak face.
So,
ships in June.
Maybe
Yep.
it'll
Ships
that-
Red eyes.
Yeah,
Did
it
the-
could be red eyes.
I was gonna say the Black Series helmet because I haven't seen it in person. It has the black eyes like Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we'll get like a red eye because I loved seeing Vader with the red eyes, like in Rogue One. I'm a
yeah.
big fan of the red eyes, but yeah, I mean, what would be different about it unless it's like the only thing I can think of is the eyes.
Yeah.
Toy Wiz,
Probably-
man, they're spoiling stuff. They spoiled the
clone helmet too.
the clone helmet. Like, what are they
Yep.
doing?
They're dropping the ball. But yeah, I mean, another chance to get the Darth Vader helmet. I know it was expensive for a while, so bring it on. Any sort of re-release to take down the aftermarket value or something, we're always for that. So honestly, they should re-release Kylo Ren's helmet because it blows my mind how much that thing goes for. That's insane. Right. As much as people complain about the sequel trilogy and don't like it and this and that and this and that, and then you look in the Black Series, Kylo Ren helmet goes for like $200-$300.
I thought it was more than that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm probably lowballing right now. Probably lowballing.
What do you
cool
think?
helmet, cool design. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the Clone Trooper helmet, David? Would you be interested in that?
I don't know. I probably won't. I do have some of the helmets. Like I have 4 of the helmets right behind me here on my bottom cubes, and I've got Luke's X-wing. I've got Boba Fett. I've got Stormtrooper, and I got Mando. So I like them.
Nice.
They're kind of fun, but the only reason I have them really is because I've got that spot down there. I'm not going to put figures down on the floor, so that works there for me. And they're kind of fun, but I don't do a lot with them. And so I'm going to be more selective. Like the clone probably be really popular though. Obviously, I think that'll sell well. And then people will customize the hell out of it. Do different details and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is like if they just do the plain white starting out, it's gonna be Customizer City.
Yeah. I like the is it Bo-Katan, right? That's the other one they showed. That looks cool. So
yeah, she's got a great helmet.
Yeah, I like how they're doing something a little bit different because her T visor is different. So there actually is a little bit of a different mold that they'd have to do for Bo. I think the sides are still the same and everything, but yeah, I think the bow looks great with like that weathering, like kind of battle damage look.
It is a matter of space, though. Can you display it? So
yeah, if they did a Phase 2 helmet, that's where I'm gonna start being like, okay, like what do we have going on here? Because we just had that video the other day about the helmet, which is the craziest thing. I had this idea to do a like Star Wars Black Series. Where are the Clone Trooper helmets? Because it would obviously be such a great idea for them. And literally like 20 minutes before we were going to shoot that video, we see that it was rumored and, Toy Wiz had a listing for it. I was like, what the heck? Because we were going to talk, and we did end up talking a little about like Phase 2. Like they could do so many repaints with Phase 2, like 501st, Coruscant Guard. The possibilities are endless. I would be so down for a Phase 2 helmet. I just can't wait to see the official reveal for the allegedly Phase 1 clone helmet.
So just in case you were curious, the last sealed Black Series Kylo Ren helmet that sold on eBay, 2 bids, $355.
Ooh.
$355 loose, $227, $250, $240, $210, $269. Someone bought a loose one for $325. Ooh. Yeah, that helmet needs a re-release stat. Those are sold listings.
Turn on a light.
Sold listings. It's a little dark here on these winter days, but so let's talk. Book of Boba Fett. I think at this point in the stream, anyone who's watching, if you have not watched Book of Boba Fett episode 1, now would be the time. Unfortunately, see you later. We'll see you next week. See you in the next video. Because I feel like it's been long enough that we could just talk spoilers. There's no reason to beat around the bush. I know that there's people out there that probably haven't seen it or can't see it yet. So Sorry to you. Thank you for tuning in this week. We'll see you next week. We appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. But we'll give just a few moments for anyone who is listening that doesn't want to hear spoilers for Book of Boba Fett. Now is your chance to take your leave, and we will see you next week. And we appreciate you stopping by. So I think we're good. Are we good? Is everyone gone?
I think we're good.
Is that all right? So let's talk Book of Boba Fett. Of course, highly, highly anticipated. I can't believe that it's already come. We've already seen the first episode. Like, it feels like no time has passed since the end of Mando season 2 to now. And like you talked about, Justin, and I agree with you. Like, I think we both just did a good job forgetting about it.
I just completely blocked it out of my mind. And then I was like, oh, it comes out tomorrow? It like came as a surprise to me. I was like, oh, nice. I'll have to watch that after work.
Yeah. So David, let's start out. Just general thoughts. What'd you think of the first episode?
I give it an 8 out of 10. So I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought some of it was a little, I guess I thought there was a little bit too much of the flashback, and I wanted more of I want more of him being the crime lord stuff. So, they gave us kind of a 50-50 mix, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Tusken Raiders are awesome. So all that stuff, that was cool. But overall, enjoyable. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a good place to start. And I mean, of course, we needed to see how Boba got out of the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
I liked seeing the inside of the Sarlacc pit and kind of like how
nightmare,
like how horrifying it would be, and like seeing the Stormtrooper and he's all like, the bits of the armor are like starting to get melted away.
Yeah, and I just like the idea that Stormtrooper, because the line in Return of the Jedi, like, you will find a new definition of pain while you are slowly digested over the course of 1,000 years, or whatever the line is. So like that Stormtrooper could have been there since like A New Hope. And it was just like nightmare, claustrophobia, like and it was just so cool because as a kid you watch Return of the Jedi and he falls in there and dies. And I never thought, like, in a million, that's why like we are actually in the golden age, like for Star Wars. And it's such a good time to be a Star Wars fan. I never thought that we would see like live action Boba Fett escaping from the Sarlacc and just seeing that hand, like, and I like the idea, like, he's basically only surviving because of his armor, and he just decides to light it up and like claw his way out, and that shot of like the hand coming through like the Patton Oswalt thing.
Yeah. No beak on the Sarlacc pit.
Down with the special editions.
Yeah,
I don't know. Does it go inside? Does it?
Yeah,
perhaps. I don't know. I saw that like you really couldn't see the beak, and I was like, respect. I respect, because even though Justin and I are younger, we are definitely the kind of people that when it comes to like watching movies and stuff like that, we like the original version of whatever it may be. Alterations, things like that, like basically bastardizing the original work, is just something that we're not personally into. So I felt like that there was no beak, and they were just kind of like, yeah, the beak was stupid. It's just
I actually didn't even like notice that at first. I was just like,
I didn't either, honestly.
Yeah. But it was cool seeing the sail barge wreckage as well.
Yeah. And I think and it makes sense. Obviously, the only reason Boba lived was because of the armor, and he has the severe burns and everything. Because obviously, there's a huge criticism going around that Boba Fett is weak, or that he shouldn't be.
That's what Dan's commenting.
He shouldn't be getting so easily bested by Jawas or random mercenaries or this or that. So I don't know. What do you guys kind of think about that? At least as far as what we've gotten in this first episode. You want to go ahead, or
go ahead, Justin?
Well, so my explanation of the whole like Boba is weak, he's getting beat up by random nameless characters, is that he was in the Sarlacc pit, and that acid, there's like that green that's like slowly like digesting you. It's like eating away at your flesh, even with his armor. And he had to like burn, he ignited his flamethrower. I think that's why he has all these like burn scars. And even now, in the present day, he still even needs to be in the back to tank because he is not like 100% whole. And it's actually kind of a clever way for them not to have Tamara Morrison go through that makeup process, because eventually he'll just not have those burn scars. I think that's where that's headed. So that acid is eating away at him. He burns his way out of that. He's burnt. He knocks out, after crawling out, and then he gets like pistol whipped by a Jawa. Then he gets like beat over the head by a Tusken Raider. And then he loses some fights to like those Tusken Raiders. I feel like that's completely realistic. That he's not just like this flawless, over exaggerated badass. Like, I don't know. But as far as like the goons, in like the modern time, like with Fennec Shand, I guess I can sort of see what people are saying. Even though I don't think he gets beat up in that scene. You see him like smash that guy over the head, and like the Gamorreans are throwing down, which I loved that sequence.
Finally seeing Gam Guards kick a little ass. That was
cool.
That was awesome.
Not to mention, he takes a beating in Return of the Jedi, like before falling into the Sarlacc pit and then waking up. And
I think with the present day thing too, just to play a little devil's advocate, why were him and Fennec walking around unarmed? And B, when they're surrounded by the shield, Boba's got his jetpack on. Why doesn't he just over them? And like, I mean, I understand, maybe he didn't want to leave Fennec in there by herself, but if he just jetpacked over them so that they would have to like turn around and fight him, then she'd probably be fine, right?
Yeah. And I mean, we also don't know exactly who those goons are. So we don't know if they could be like master assassin, like, oh, they work for like, I don't know. But it didn't bother me. I didn't look at that as like, oh, wow, he isn't like this. Because I'm not a fan. That's why I'm not a fan of like a lot of superhero movies. Because they're just like flawless characters that just win the fight 100% of the time. And there's just no flaw, and they win all the time. It takes the stakes out for me. So I don't expect Boba Fett to be this like flawless, perfect, never loses a fight, because it just takes out the stakes. Like the comparison that I would make is Netflix's Daredevil series. I love that series so much, and the action, like when Matt Murdock takes on like more than one goon at a time, he has to like really, really work for it, and he's like out of breath, and he will, get beat up as any person realistically would as well when he's taking on like a hallway of like 5, 6, 7 different guys. So I like the idea of not having the flawless, perfect Boba Fett.
What's up, Nerd Affiliated? Welcome.
Yo.
I think that was the weakest part of the episode, that the attack with the the space ninja guys. And a lot of people have been saying, they look like G.I. Joe ninjas. So,
they definitely looked, and they did look a little not so Star Warsy. But I'm sorry, go on.
Yeah, they weren't lethal. They had shields and they were zapping them, but I don't know, it was a weird thing. So I don't know, I'll give it a pass, but I thought that was the weakest part of the episode. It just didn't, a lot of things didn't make sense with the way that scene played out, but it's all right. It's setting up the conflict. I think it's probably, like, my guess is those goons were sent by the mayor, and that's going to be the big conflict for him in season 1, is him trying to wrestle power or whatever with the local authorities, and different back and forth between their gangs and stuff. So.
Theory about not using his jetpack is this: like, our current gas prices, the cost of jetpack fuel on Tatooine is so expensive to use. I think that's a perfect explanation.
He was out of fuel. But I mean, yeah, I just thought it was weird that, like, okay, you just took over from Bib Fortuna and you're walking around in the streets. It's like, you don't think anyone would like try to start something with you. And so you and Fennec are just going to be unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
That's
my low point.
That was just like so this is just so they can get into this situation.
Yeah. And it was an excuse to get him back in the back to tank for another flashback. I think my low point was actually the 4-armed like sand creature.
Yeah.
Because I I know it's like a reference to some classic fighting video game, I think.
Well, people were just saying it looks like Goro because of the 4 arms.
Okay. I didn't know if that was like an intentional thing.
It's not like a true reference or anything.
I went through old artwork and I couldn't find, maybe someone in the chat knows, but is there like any Ralph McQuarrie artwork or anything like some monster sketch that they're referencing for that creature? I'd like to know. I tried Googling, I couldn't find anything directly.
I at first I thought it was going to be a Rancor. Like when you just saw like the arm and the spine like coming out, I was like, whoa.
Oh, that would have been rough if it was a Rancor. That would have been rough.
Oh, that would have hit some people in the but no, well, that's what I thought at first, but then I just kind of see this generic 4-armed.
Yeah, that was my low
alien.
Because I'm like, how many creatures do they have in Tatooine? Like, how is it even like a hospitable planet at this point when there's just so many of these like large, like crate dragon? Now we have this 4-armed guy. We got Sarlaccs. I'm like, how is Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru making a living out in Tatooine, like on this peaceful farm, when there is like these crazy, lethal, humongous creatures? Which I know the explanation is that for the crate dragon, it stays on a certain like region. That's why I think Luke says in the original film, like, don't go out in the like the Badlands. What is the quote I'm looking for? I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But they always have to introduce like a new creature design. So I was like, I was fine with Crate Dragon because I'm like, okay, we have like Sarlacc pits and stuff.
And I mean, the Crate Dragon was at least referenced previously, and like you fight a Crate Dragon in KOTOR, you fight the Crate Dragon in Star Wars Galaxies, that old MMO. So like the Crate Dragon's at least been around the block.
Yeah.
So that showing up again, it's like, okay, even though it looks completely different, they don't look the same at all. But yeah, I'm right there with you though. This new like alien creature, I was just like, why? What's the point? And
creatures
it was just
Star Wars. Star Wars likes to do creatures, and I like creatures. It's good. It's just that, I guess the more I think about it, the weaker it seems. Like, why did the little Tusken kid lead him to that spot? Was he just really, really bad luck? Like,
right? Yeah,
because I'm under the sand right there.
I did love that we finally got to physically see like moisture farming. It's like these like little pods. I was like, so that's like what is happening, because they explore that a little bit in the mainline Star Wars comic where it's obvious, but they kind of explain like, there's no water here on Tatooine. It's like deep within the planet and they have to farm it. But I did like seeing like physical, like, oh, it's like these little pods, and I don't know. I really liked seeing that. But I liked the flashback stuff. Overall, I loved the episode. I just had a few low points. I liked the flashback stuff. It's not something new, like beaten down main characters taken by these like native people, and tries to escape, and there's another one tied up, like, hey, Rhodey and I could untie you and we could escape. But it worked for me. Again, I love the music. It's kind of like this like Indian or maybe like Middle Eastern type of music with like some of the chanting and stuff. The little like microsecond of Camino, I was like, ooh, like, can we see like, my mind instantly went to like clones, because we just recently talked about everyone knows this, but there's never been a live action clone trooper, and I'm so curious. Like, are we going to finally see a live action clone trooper, maybe in a Book of Boba flashback, or perhaps Kenobi flashback or something? Very interested. And yeah, people are bringing it up. Max Rebo. God, that was so hype.
Highlight of the episode.
The
Easily
cantina scene there,
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's just awesome knowing that Max was still around. I also really, I couldn't tell, but the Trandoshan at the beginning of the episode with the Wookiee pelt, was that a puppet animatronic head or was that CGI?
Oh,
It kind of looked, it looked like CGI, but then again, like CGI maybe making it kind of look like an animatronic, but
it looked awesome. I really
I was like, this is so cool. It's like seeing a Trandoshan like speaking, talking, not just like growling and then attacking. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool to see such a, an intricate alien design actually like speaking in Star Wars.
And I like how it's also correct to the lore, like, because they're a like hunter species, as we see in the Clone Wars. It's kind of like the most dangerous prey. And just him with the Wookiee pelt, I was like, ooh, that's kind of dark. Like,
yeah,
that's a little dark.
Yep. Offering.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
all the offerings.
Right. The little stuff like that, I think, was what really was keeping me along. And then, of course, like, I saw people earlier saying it, but the Tusken Raider Chieftain, amazing looking design. I am really enjoying the continued sort of like humanization of the Tusken Raiders to kind of show you that maybe they're not exactly as barbaric as we once were led to believe. So I like seeing a little bit more of their culture and kind of the expansion of that world. Like, it started in Mando and now it's obviously continuing now. And I mean, we did get a little bit of it in Attack of the Clones, like, when they showed like the female Tusken Raider with like the different designs. So I liked seeing even more of that. And I think the Chieftain looked awesome. It was a cool design.
I'm hoping we get a Black Series pack of the kid and his dog.
Yes, we absolutely. We absolutely need those in the line. Like,
that'd be great.
No doubt about that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a first episode of a TV series, so it's going to be a little bit slower. It's going to be a little bit trying to get you back into the motion of things.
Yeah,
so I know a lot of people also said the episode was a little slow, and yeah, I definitely agree. It was a little like, okay, but I still think overall it was awesome. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's just it's setting some stuff up. I think it's just another great Star Wars series that I will it's Wednesday. I will it's hard to compare it to The Mandalorian because there's only one episode out right now, so it's not. I don't think I can just jump and talk about like the quality of The Mandalorian versus Book of Boba Fett. I have to wait for a few more episodes, but I think it was a relatively strong start. I love Fennec Shan also. That's another highlight. I just love the character. Can't wait to get the Black Series figure of her because I made the mistake of individually ordering the ones that I need from Dorkside, which if you want them ASAP, it's never the best route to go. But I had the Cantina set, so I was like, I don't need those two. I don't want to buy those two.
Yep. But that's why you just have people like good old Dan in the Discord who's in here right now. I sold him
those two. Yeah.
Yep. Sold him the Cantina aliens, just cost plus shipping.
Yeah.
So that way I still get my figures early, but then I'm also helping someone else out get those figures that they, didn't have. And now you don't have to hunt for those, even though, it's probably going to be heartbreaking, but like, I feel like Ponda and Dr. Evazan could be in for some peg warming.
Yeah. Because everyone says like they need to do more aliens, like they need to do more Cantina aliens. It's like what we want. And then once they do them, because I guarantee those will be like the two lowest selling, maybe that and the
Leia.
Ceremony Leia.
Leia as well, yeah.
Leia's destined for clearance.
Yeah.
Which sucks
But, you know,
because like the background OT stuff, like that's what we need to get into. Like we've made every Lando. We have now made every Leia except the red dress from Empire Strikes Back and the hair down look from Return of the Jedi. Just hold off on those and just continue doing these like background, like give us Lobot. We still need the ATST driver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of,
Nub.
like,
Where's 49er Brian? Where is he?
He's always in here asking for 9 nub. But yeah, I mean, back to Book of Boba. Strong start, 39 minutes. There's not that much to talk about, really.
Yeah, there really
it's just
isn't.
an opening, establishing.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that the first episode was so short. Usually I feel like Mando season 1 episode 1 is like an hour, and same thing with like season 2. It's a little bit, it's not quite that short. So I was surprised when I clicked on it and I saw 38 minutes. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But you're welcome, Dan. You're welcome. Again, thank you.
I think we just need a few more. You're going to flesh out the character. It's all about learning the character of Boba Fett, because we thought we knew him from Mando when he, when he slaughters all the stormtroopers on the hill, and then he helps them kick ass against Grief Karga and all that in the finale of season 2 for that. So he was like coming off as a really strong character. So it's a little jarring to see him get beat up and then be like need to be helped into the back to tank at the end of the episode. Like he really got hurt by that battle.
Right.
And so it's inconsistencies. And I think they got to explain that a little bit more. And hopefully it makes sense. It's just, it's a little jarring after seeing him kick ass and then be so weak. I think that's the main hang up that I have with it. So that's all right. Story, tell the story. Look at more episodes. And
exactly. It's hard to say anything definitively with there only being 1 episode. So it's hard to just be like, well, Boba's just weak and worthless. Maybe in this episode, but yeah, I think it also doesn't help too that, there's so much, Legends material about Boba Fett. So a lot of people already have a great idea of what the original version of Boba Fett was like in their head. And clearly now it's, kind of being shifted over. Like, before I feel like Boba was your average ruthless bounty hunter, blah, blah, blah kind of deal. And now the new version of him is kind of, a little bit more sympathetic, a little bit more understanding. He's big on the whole respect thing. So I could also see like people, having trouble dealing with the new canon version of Boba Fett versus the old canon version of Boba Fett. So, even myself to a certain extent, I was just kind of like, why is Boba letting this mayor guy walk all over him? Yeah. Like, why doesn't he just shoot the messenger and then go to the mayor and be like, nah, dude, like
I'm Boba Fett and I'm wearing Beskar armor. So,
right. So I thought that was a little strange, as I was just kind of like, okay, why is he's just going to let the mayor threaten him like that? Like, that's it.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, but again, it's still too early. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it.
Yeah, Dan, to answer your question, all of my dreams have already come true with Max. Can we get a Black Series Max Rebo with his keyboard? And at that point, just make it a Return of the Jedi 3-pack for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Give us Size Noodles and Droopy McCool and their respective instruments. That's all I need. If there were no more Black Series figures ever made, I just want the Max Rebo Band 3-pack, and I can safely just stop collecting.
That would be the end all be all. But like you say, Dan, I think high probability we'll see Bosk. Maybe we'll see Cad Bane. I think it's, if Cad Bane was in Bad Batch, I think it's safe to say that Cad Bane could also, show up again later on. Yeah. And they've done the Duros, in live action. So I don't think it would be entirely too difficult for them to like pull off a live action Cad Bane. But Bosk, Dengar, some of the original crew. Of course, I would love to see any of them. Although I wouldn't just want it to be a cheap cameo. I would want it to make sense as to why they would randomly be on Tatooine after all this time. So as long as it's just not like oh, hey, there's Dengar and there's Forlom and Zuckuss and here's the whole crew. As long as it's not something like that. Like I want it to be meaningful, a meaningful cameo, not just, hey, look, there's Bosk. Because Bosk is a cool character. Same thing with Dengar. I think both of them could easily have like some decent, character development in live action, and not what they did to Dengar in the sequel trilogy.
How many episodes are we getting for Boba Fett? Do you guys know? I don't even know.
That's a good question. I don't know. Let's see.
I want to say 8, but I'm not sure if that's right.
Let's see here.
We're both Googling it. Yeah.
Yeah. Simultaneous Googling.
Somebody's got to know.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I just heard that the Kenobi is only 6 episodes. Yeah, 8 episodes is Masterpiece. So yeah, so that's not a lot of time to tell. It's not like that big of a story, They got to kind of get through things quickly,
Yeah. Yeah. Gentugo, look up the character Rothgar Den. So
no.
Yeah, we go over this every once in a while. For those who didn't know, this guy is in the background in Rise of Skywalker, and this is literally Dengar.
Really?
Yes. Yep. It's explained in the art book that Dengar got addicted to cybernetic surgeries to basically achieve eternal life. And so he becomes a robot, but for some reason doesn't go by Dengar anymore, goes by Rothgar Deng.
Holy crap, man.
It is
a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's
I didn't realize that. I've seen that character, but I didn't realize that was the story there.
Yeah, it's one of the stupidest things possibly in the sequel trilogy. And it's so low key that most people aren't even going to realize it, and you don't know unless you read like that little bio that Justin has pulled up right there that tells you that it's Dengar. It's just weird. It's a really weird thing, especially because he's just in the background. Yes, it's me talking about Rothgar Den again. Listen, I've got a vendetta against the disrespect done to Dengar. Such a cool, awesome character in Clone Wars.
With the Botox.
And then they just did him like that. They said, he's just some robot now.
Maybe we'll get Elephant Mon or a Man. Is that some of those crazy weird characters from Jabba's?
Yes.
Maybe some cameos of those, but those will just be background characters, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right. More people. They should just do Yak Face jumped off the barge.
Yeah. Right.
All your favorite background aliens did in fact live. They jumped off the barge. And
hey, if I saw a Jedi throwing down and I was one of Jabba's little alien creatures, I'd probably dip. I'd probably jump off.
It's only tragic because that Salacious Crumb did 100%. He's dead.
Yeah. He was Jabba's ride or die until the very end.
Yeah. Did you guys think there was supposed to be like a kind of like a parallel between Boba choking the one monster and Leia strangling Jabba the Hutt? Because it was both like moments where they were freed from their sort of like captivity. Yeah. As soon as I saw him choking with the chain, I was like, is this a Leia reference? And then, once he earns the respect, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So it kind of was.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just, like we were talking about last night, Justin, and what would you think, David? Would you be interested if they brought in like another Hutt? Like it wasn't Jabba, but, someone else, a different Hutt that was like, well, Jabba's dead. So like, this is my place now.
That would be cool. Yeah. See, that could totally happen. because the Hutts was this big crime family, right?
Right.
So-
And at least as far as live action goes, we've only seen 2 of them. Yeah,
Right, because Phantom Menace has
Phantom Menace
another-
Oh, right.
Yeah.
has the other Hutt, but yeah, or because it could be Stinky, all grown up.
Oh man,
His
Comes back
dad,
from college, wants to take over the business. Yeah.
yep, finds out his dad was murdered on his yacht, and the yacht was
Rotted
blown
Hut
up.
comes in with size noodles, calling it now.
Please, that would be the most absurd deep cut fan service that I would be here for.
She goes, "Hey, Stinky, you're my new love." Well, I forget that quote when
You
she's
did that
like,
pretty well.
"From the
That's good.
bottom of my fluid sack." I forget what she says in Clone Wars. I'm like, what the heck,
Oh,
dude?
please.
They should give you some writer credit. Stinky, all grown up, wants to take over the family business.
Yeah.
And with size noodles as like the side romance lover.
And she has a battle with Fennec Shand, a one-on-one fight.
Oh, okay.
Size Noodles versus Fennec Shand.
Christ. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
This would be our version of Star Wars, where everything just comes back to obscure characters from Return of the Jedi, and no matter what, they just keep living and keep moving on.
Yeah. Hey, that's true, Joseph Bet. There's Southern accents in Wild Space. That's how.
Yeah.
That Thrawn novel, the newer canon one with Timothy Zahn returning to write it. They just answered like these Star Wars questions that I never even thought to think about. Like, why do some people have British accents and some people have like more American accents, and then some people have country like all of that gets answered. Like the inner core worlds are like the civilized, like high society, like Coruscant, which is why most Imperial officers have British accents. And then someone like Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, they're in the Outer Rim, who have American accent. And then in Wild Space, they have country Southern accents.
Yeah, Eli Vanto.
Yep. So that's actually a really interesting like explanation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought about that as well with like Crimson Dawn. Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
I feel like there's got to be some Crimson Dawn. Maybe the Pikes show up, Black Sun, something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they got to get a little deep into the crime lord stuff, especially if they're going to go crime lord Boba Fett. I want to see more of the crime, the underworld crime stuff that we got a little taste of in Solo.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
really have no idea what this show's going to do. Like, what is 8 episodes going to, like, what's the story they're telling? We don't know.
Right.
Usually it's some kind of redemption story, right? Character starts at this point and arcs through to some redemptive whatever ending. And I don't know. Boba's already kind of there, right? He's already made his change, and maybe, I don't know, maybe he's going in a different direction, by the end of the season.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard to tell because Boba Fett is such like a blank slate right now that they could really do anything. They could do anything they want with him.
Like when Mandalorian debuted, the first episode ends with him killing IG, and having Baby Yoda, and like, whoa, that was okay. This is driving the plot. This baby, So
Right.
we didn't really have anything like that in this first episode. So
That was crazy. That initial revelation that it was like a Yoda species, I was like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, there was no face melter moment at the end of this episode because when Grogu first showed up, that was like, what? That was like the last thing I think anyone expected.
Oh yeah,
it immediately hooked everybody for the whole show. Just that hook at the end. So.
And created the largest marketing empire that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like my niece is covered head to toe in Grogu stuff, and I'm like, have you watched The Mandalorian? I'm like, nah, like doesn't know what Star Wars is, hasn't seen The Mandalorian, but like that's crazy how like Grogu is just like genius.
Mm-hmm.
What episode does the Rancor show up? Yeah, I remember that being a thing. Like,
Episode 8. I call
yeah.
it here.
if that's the thing, then they should have pushed that HasLab back. They should have pushed that thing back,
Yeah.
which they should have done anyway. But yeah,
I mean,
I think we'll see it.
but like it's gonna have to be a different Rancor. Like, where'd they get another one?
Well,
They're
maybe
that-
it's actually Rothgar Rancor, where he has cybernetic, like,
Yes.
because he got
He's-
impaled by the gate. Now he's just like, he also got these like cybernetic enhancements. It's gonna be like half cyborg Rancor.
Half cyborg. I'm down for that.
With,
Ah,
Yes.
there he is. I brought him for the stream.
Nice. you know what's so
that does look
unfortunate
pretty great.
is I was having a little bit of HasLab Rancor FOMO, so I was like, I'm gonna get a 3 3/4 inch one, damn it. And now I feel like since the HasLab failed, I feel like the price of those Rancors have shot up. Like they're
I
feel
got
like
that one from Toys R Us from that Toys R Us Black Series set. It's
Yes.
awesome.
Oh,
I
so
got that maybe
okay.
4 years ago, 3-4 years ago.
yeah, our local Toys R Us could not like give those away back in the day. They were like clearance down to
Yeah.
like $50. And I
We
remember
never bought 'em.
passing. Now I see how much it is, and I'm like, oh, God, I wish I would have
Yeah,
grabbed
it's
that.
Moochie. Good idea,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
Moochie, there you go.
Moochie.
Yeah,
Right.
because Bib Fortuna was the one who acquired
Yeah.
Moochie in the Bad Batch, and then Bib took over after Jabba's death.
I like the idea of the cybernetic Rancor though.
Yeah,
Cy-
Cyber Rancor with a laser eye and faceplate, like
Yes.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Now let's see Luke do something against a Rancor with laser eyes.
Yes.
But yeah. Overall, the first episode of Book of Boba Fett, good time. That's pretty much all there is to it.
Yeah. It'll certainly be something I watch every week. It's something to look forward to Wednesday, which I have seen people hating on Wednesday instead of Friday. Don't live for the weekends, man. Find something to look forward to in the weekdays, because you will waste your life away living for the weekend. So I actually applaud a Wednesday night release, because, like, I don't know, I've had a full-time job for the first time this past year and some odd months, and everyone in there's Mondays, like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend. I'm like, time is gonna fly too fast if you just live for the weekend. So I will applaud a Wednesday release for Book of Boba.
There you go.
I'm down for that. But yeah, thank you, David from Red Wagon. I like to I'm gonna start a new little thing. I'm getting this from the 1313 podcast, who likes to sort of showcase their guests.
Oh, cool.
So,
Thanks.
yeah, this is Red Wagon Dioramas, and I really like this cover here, showcasing that Dagobah one. It's either the Dagobah or the throne room. But yeah, we have the updated of the shells, and yeah, I do like the 6 figures a month.
Yep.
And of
Great
course
pickup
we have the anti-Rancor video.
That video-
I'm about to have a live debate.
Man, that video was crazy. I didn't know. I didn't even know what I was getting into when I
38K.
posted that.
Yeah, that was insane. I saw that climbing. I was like, oh.
Getting all kinds of comments from everybody. So
Yeah.
That's all right.
That was a crazy time to be like a Black Series
yeah.
content creator. But yeah, the link to this channel will be in the description. I highly encourage anyone who's interested.
Can you guys
to
see the
check it
Dagobah?
out.
I'll show
Ooh.
that one real quick.
Ooh.
That is probably my
yes.
favorite. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's
That's
That
just,
just
So-
looks real. It just looks real.
yeah. And then
Is that like
I've
the
got-
Minoc there? Is that what that is?
that is the. It's not the Minoc. It's from a 3 3/4 set. I forget what the creature's called. It's a flying lizard kind of creature that's in the. In the
Yeah,
show.
I remember. Yeah.
It was from a Tatooine planet. You open up the planet, and inside is the creature and Yoda. So I grabbed it out of there.
Nice.
Set, but yeah, and then my Echo or Bespin escape, and you've seen some of the others. So, but yeah, anyway, appreciate you guys having me on. It's been fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, the link to your channel will be in the description. Highly encourage anyone to check out some videos there. It's definitely going to help me out because again, like once I get my own place, which will happen this year, 2022 is the year. Damn you. I will have my own place this year. And yeah, that's definitely like one thing that I eventually want to get into. It's one of my like penultimate goals for the collection. So I'll definitely be utilizing some RWD vids for that.
Diorama.
Yep.
Diorama.
Yeah, and I'm happy
Nice.
to answer questions. You guys, message me anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and
Unlock the secrets
yeah.
to making your Star Wars collection look absolutely amazing, like David's does.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. 2 hours, 21 minutes into the stream. So appreciate everyone stopping by today. And of course, like Justin was saying, David, thank you once again for joining us today. Certainly a lot of fun talking Star Wars and all sorts of good stuff with you, buddy. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for everyone tuning in today, everyone who donated, and Red Wagon for also becoming a channel member. So live on stream, that was awesome. But as far as this week goes, expect more Wave 31 reviews coming soon. Trying to get those out as fast as I can.
Yeah, we do have some like New Year's. I really want to try and make, because I am the editor for Figure It Out, but I really want to try and do like a small topic video like every other week, at least, maybe every week. I want to do more of those. I have some ideas in the works, so that'll be fun to do as well.
Nice. So yeah, we've got, of course, 2022. We've got a lot planned for the year as far as content goes, and you'll just have to wait and see what all that stuff is going to be. So yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications. It's the best way to know when we upload our new content and when we live stream, because we do this every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time, sometimes with a guest, other times not. So it just depends on the week there. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all we've got for you now. Of course, I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And David, thanks again.
Bye, guys. See you later.
All righty, and we will see you all next time, same place, next week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.